Hello everyone, my name is Aaron Woodman and I want to welcome you to my YouTube channel. In this video, we will be talking about expressing confidence in your speech. This is important because your tone will be a determining factor in convincing people to believe in your argument based on how sure you sound. In fact, confidence is what people look for in a speaker or communicator. When it comes to succeeding with your argument, you need to be confident with yourself and show confidence so you can persuade people. Confidence is neither an ability nor an attribute. It is a belief in yourself, and it is an attitude that inspires both action and presence. Confidence is what allows you to stand in front of hundreds, thousands, or even millions and speak from the heart. Confidence is what allows you to get knocked down in life and get right back up. Confidence is about trusting others to do something right. Self-confidence is trusting yourself to do the right thing. Having the ability to accomplish your goals is one thing, but confidence is what allows you to apply that ability. It is what lets you translate ability into success. Now, some of you watching this video might already have confidence with your public speaking skills, while others might need more help increasing your confidence. Either way, we all need to keep working on improving our confidence since no one has perfected their confidence levels. Here are some ways you can build your confidence. 1. You want to visualize your success. The next time you are asked to give a speech, you should visualize yourself giving that speech in the setting you anticipate being in. This means imagining yourself standing there in front of your audience, speaking loudly and confidently. You want to be as detailed as possible with imagining what the setting will look like. This means knowing the size of the room, the type of flooring, the number of seats, etc. Bring the sense to life. Visualize your friends or your colleagues following along with your speech and imagine the smiles on their faces. Even try to imagine the sound of their applause at the end. Perhaps you might be doing this or not, but this is to help shift your mindset into thinking positively about yourself. If you put this exercise into practice and repeat it for every speech you give, two things will likely happen. First, you will start feeling much more comfortable about giving your speech and even start to look forward to it. Second, you will end up delivering a good speech. Again, you want to go into your speech thinking positively because you will be looking forward to having a good time instead of thinking negatively and expecting something bad will happen to you. Positive visualization is one of the most ingenious methods out there for developing and expanding your self-confidence. And it can ultimately improve your performance as well. When you visualize a situation beforehand in the most vivid way possible and do it again and again, you can trick your mind into assuming it has already occurred. According to Harvard professor of psychiatry, Sir Rennie Pillay, back in 2009, he said, quote, "It is now a well-known fact that we simulate the same brain regions when we visualize an action and when we actually perform that same action." For example, when you visualize lifting your right hand, it stimulates the same part of the brain that is activated when you actually lift your right hand, unquote. This means that visualization itself helps us to prepare for the task at hand, and there is plenty of research supporting the efficacy of such techniques. One study on mental practice, published in the British Journal of Surgery and reported by the Globe and Mail, found that senior surgical trainees who had energized or engaged in visualization techniques for a week prior to performing a technically challenging laparoscopy or keyhole surgery performed markedly better than trainees who didn't. Another study published in the American Journal of Clinical Hypnosis found, quote, "Visualizations under hypnosis enabled nationally ranked Stanford male gymnasts to execute for the first several complex tricks that they had been working on for over a year. The gymnasts were able to eliminate timing errors in the tricks to increase flexibility and possibly to concentrate strength," unquote. In fact, some of the most successful athletes on the planet say they confidently prepare for victory by using visualization techniques. Take swimmer Michael Phelps. In his memoir, Beneath the Surface, he said, quote, "There are times in my sleep when I literally dreamed of my race from start to finish. Other nights, when I'm about to fall asleep, I visualize to the point that I know exactly what I want to do. Dive, glide, stroke, flip, reach the wall, hit the split time to the 100th, then swim back again for as many times as I need to finish the race, unquote. UFC champion and mixed martial artist Conor McGregor also has, quote, the power of visualization, unquote. In one video, his coach, John Kavanagh, outlined how it is that McGregor always comes across as calm and assured when he walks out of a fight, no matter how big the crowd in the arena. He knew exactly what was going to happen in a fight long before it happened because he had done it 1,000 times in his head. He had warmed up backstage. He had heard the crowd. He had smelled the arena. He had seen the audience. He really immersed himself in fight night. So by the time fight night came along, for a lot of people, they had maybe been training in a kind of quiet gym for 8 or 12 weeks, and then they would walk out to 15,000 people and get shocked. He used to walk out and go, quote, "Yeah, this is my 1,000th time doing this," unquote. All you could see when you stand up to give a speech in front of a crowd, you want to feel like it's your 1,000th time doing it too. Because that's what confidence looks and feels like. You already know the environment before you step into it because you positively visualized it. 2, take risks. We can't gain confidence about what we can do until we actually try to do it. And that means taking risk. To work on your confidence, therefore, you have to consider your own willingness to take more risk in your everyday life. Because our self-confidence increases not just through success and achievement, but through our experience of risk and failure as well. You gain confidence when you are familiar with something, and you become familiar with something when you experience it. And you get experience when you try new things. So you become confident by having a willingness to try something new. To apply this to building confidence in public speaking and communicating, here are some things you can do. Volunteer to speak in front of crowds. Seize every opportunity to speak in front of people when you get the chance. Get used to having all eyes on you as you speak aloud to a group of people. You can start small, such as a family dinner, team meeting, etc., and then slowly work your way up to speaking in front of more people. If you struggle with public speaking, it is better to crash and burn in front of a small number of people and learn from that instead of hundreds of people. Making the most of smaller opportunities allows you to work your way upward. You could challenge a friend or colleague to an argument as a way to practice any arguments you intend to present in public. Look for opportunities to debate with people around you, ideally on topics that they know more than you do. They will likely run rings around you, and you might feel like you lost the argument, but the point is to help you understand how to convey your arguments better and familiarize yourself with what counter-arguments can come up. Taking risks not only requires confidence, but also helps you build more of it. All of us can afford to stretch our comfort zones and take more risks. Taking risks and failing lets you learn what went wrong and how to improve yourself going forward. You could see it as failure helping you build confidence instead of dwindling it, and confidence helping you better cope with failure because you know you can pick yourself up and try again next time. According to clinical psychologist and author Barbara Markway in her book, The Self-Confidence Workbook, she wrote, quote, "Paradoxically, by being more willing to fail, you'll actually succeed more because you're not waiting for everyone or everything to be 100% perfect before you act. Taking more shots will mean making more of them," unquote. 3, keep good company. Remember, a lot of people want you to succeed, whether it is your partner, friends, parents, audience of strangers, etc. The truth is that most people are rooting for you. Of course, our minds are terrible at absorbing this idea. Some of us think there are more people rooting against us than for us, or people in the audience are already against us before we even speak. But think about it this way. People who are already attending your speech want to have a good time and look forward to you doing well. If they wanted the worst for you, they would either not show up or be disrespectful when you give your speech. If you go in with a negative mindset, then you will think that everyone around you is going to sabotage your speech. You do not have to think this way. You should surround yourself with the kind of people who end up boosting your confidence rather than those who chip away at it. Their positivity impacts your behavior, or your own behavior, and their belief in you reinforces your own belief. Many of us do not realize how much the negativity of others affects us. Of course, we have to work hard to ensure that our inner voice is a positive one and not a negative one. But we also have to recognize that people around us make a huge difference. According to University of Chicago therapist Ramia Shamugavila Youthman, she said, quote, "The voice in our head that tells us we are not good enough is not our authentic voice, but an aggregate of all the voices of those who have criticized us in the past," unquote. Essentially, we need to talk back to those inner critics, she says, and reject them. When it comes to criticism and feedback, constructive criticism and feedback is fine, but constant insults and complaining from the naysayers is another thing. To build your confidence, you need to counterbalance the voices of the pessimists, negativists, and defeatists in your life. Keep those at a distance and bring the positive, uplifting voices close. This is not to say you need to immediately cut negative people out of your life because you hate them, but to increase your self-respect and think highly of yourself. Now that you know how to build confidence, you need to demonstrate it to people. Here is how you can do that. 1, show your confidence through your body language. The audience can tell whether you are feeling confident before your speech begins by seeing how you stand up and begin to talk. As the saying goes, quote, "There are always 2 conversations going on," unquote. What you are saying to your audience and what your body language is saying to your audience. Consider this. When you're trying to change someone's feelings or attitudes, your words account for just 7% of your overall message. 7%, well, that's it. In contrast, your tone of voice accounts for 38% of it, and your body language accounts for 55% of it. This is the famous 7-38-55 rule or concept, which Albert Mehabrin, a professor emeritus of psychology at the University of California, came up with in his book, Silent Messages. This shows us that our actions speak louder than our words. Yet think about how much effort we put into our words compared to our nonverbal communication, even as the latter represents 93% of what we are communicating. That is why we have to be mindful of how others see us. We make snap judgments when we see someone for the first time. These first impressions can be formed in milliseconds. They are difficult to erase, and they are based on body language. When it comes to projecting confidence, you can accomplish a lot simply by changing how you carry yourself. So here are some things you should do. Do keep your chin and head up because confident people look up, not down. Don't cross your arms since you want to avoid adopting a defensive or closed-off position. Do stand up straight and keep your shoulders squared since it makes you appear more confident and in control. Don't slouch or shrug because it can convey laziness, untrustworthiness, and a lack of self-confidence. Do gesture with your palms open and up since it shows you have nothing to hide. Don't fidget since you will come across as nervous, anxious, or even insecure. Here's another key reason why body language matters so much. While it makes other people see you as confident, it also helps you feel confident with yourself. When you have good posture, you could show people you feel more confident and powerful and willing to take risks. 2, project your voice. If you want to come across as confident, you have to sound confident. If you want to exert power and authority, you have to use a powerful and authoritative voice. How we sound is just as important to our confidence as we appear. Yet so many of us pay so little attention to the tone or volume of our voice. We assume it is what it is, but that is not true. Even the quietest person can learn to project their voice and project confidence in the process. Here are some things you should do to project your voice. You should breathe calmly and deeply as if it into your belly and use that breath to propel your voice with much more vigor and energy. Don't mumble or murmur since you will come across as hesitant or fearful. Do stand straight when you are speaking. It will help you get more air into your lungs and make your voice resonate better. Don't speak too fast, although this might be something we are either consciously or unconsciously aware of. Still, your audience needs time to take in your arguments, and you don't want to come across as nervous. Do smile when you talk for most of your speech when it is appropriate. This is so you can look like you are enthusiastic about your speech. Don't be afraid to pause. Volume is important, but moments of silence can let the power of certain statements stay for brief moments. They can be a powerful tool to build suspense and to convey self-confidence. 3, make eye contact. Multiple studies show that our eyes play a crucial role in establishing trust, sincerity, affection, and yes, confidence as well. Researchers at the Max Planck Institute for Human Cognitive and Brain Sciences found that, quote, when human observes others' faces, eyes are typically the first features that are scanned for information, unquote. Essentially, you cannot show confidence if you are avoiding eye contact with people, eye contact with your audience. It shows that you look insecure and anxious and you are not focusing on your audience. You want to have eye contact to show that you are in control of the information you are giving to people and you are trustworthy. It is also important for emotionally connecting with people because it shows you are seeing them. Confident and relatable speakers make eye contact not only when they are speaking, but when they are listening too. When someone is talking to you, you should lean forward and look them in the eye as you listen to them. This shows you are focused on them. At the same time, though, don't stare. You will make others feel uncomfortable if you look at them for too long. Instead, you can use the 50-70 rule. When you are speaking to people, maintain eye contact for at least 50% of the time. When you are listening to people, do it for up to 70% of the time. Still, whether or not you feel confident, making eye contact is one of the quickest and simplest ways of exhibiting confidence. It can undoubtedly be uncomfortable, especially around new people or with big crowds, but it works. And as it works, you are on your way to building that lasting sense of self-confidence. In conclusion, having confidence is a key component to succeeding with your public speaking. Having more or less confidence is part of life that affects even the best public speaker you know of. If you are nervous at the prospect of making a speech, that is a feeling you share with so many people across the world. The question is, what are you willing to do to address it? How far are you willing to go to express your confidence? Confidence is not innate. It can be taught, learned, and developed. And it is well worth developing. So, visualize your successes and spend time with the right people who will positively encourage you to do the best you can. Take risk and learn from your failures. And when you are ready to show your confidence, project it through your body language, your tone of voice, and your eyes. You should think of confidence as a muscle where you need to work out if you want your muscles to still be strong. For confidence, you have to keep practicing. Doing so allows you to maintain, grow, and strengthen it. And over time, you will build lasting confidence through perseverance, effort, success, and failure. In the next video, we will talk about maintaining calmness and self-control when you do public speaking. Until then, please like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and turn on the post notifications so you will be notified when I post my next video. I appreciate your support. Remember, you are powerful, you are capable, and you are the changemaker our society needs. Thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you soon.